Facebook's Libra is getting a makeover since pretty much everyone is shitting their pants that a company that's run by a fun-sized Chucky doll is jumping in the cryptocurrency water. What's changed with Libra? Originally, Libra was supposed to be very similar to Bitcoin, a decentralized network, almost lawless, obviously with some differences compared to Bitcoin. Facebook even acknowledges the concern of the public will negatively affect Libra. Facebook needs to gain trust. That's why Facebook head of blockchain David Marcus gave a different light on Libra while speaking in front of the House Financial Services Committee, trying to answer all the questions on everyone's mind and at the same time going on his knees trying to give what the government wants. One being Libra yielding with laws relating to money laundering, terrorist financing, and other financial crimes. Which sucks because that was the fun of using cryptocurrency. And by the way, that still doesn't help lawmakers. In fact, it just raises more questions. One being how? Everyone wants Libra to be regulated. Everyone from Donald Trump to Representative Maxine Waters wants Libra to be heavily regulated. Just how do you do it? Another problem Facebook is facing is trying to convince Libra as a form of currency. But the Securities and Exchange Commission see it more as investment. Facebook has a lot of hurdles if they want Libra to succeed, let alone triumph over Bitcoin. Especially since Facebook so wants to be like Bitcoin. But again, lawmakers see the issue a mile away. With Bitcoin, I can buy hardcore drugs, prostitution, launder money, the stuff we all do on a Sunday with the family. But it's very difficult for the FBI to track someone doing illegal activities with using Bitcoin, mainly relying on places that can transfer Bitcoin into real money. People using Bitcoin are under a pseudonym, so the FBI can hunt cyber criminals analyzing public blockchain transaction, which helps unmask the user. Now, Facebook likes that whole setup Bitcoin has and wants to keep the blockchain data still under pseudonym names since the FBI are more familiar with that structure. You know what? Here are some questions from the hearing and Marcus's answers. David Scott asks, what are you anticipating as some of the new ways that criminals may attempt to export and exploit Libra for illicit use? And how are you combating this? Marcus then replied, I couldn't agree more with you, Congressman. And I believe that we can improve on the current system because we have a chance this time around to think through how the network is designed. The way that the on and off ramps are properly regulated and proper KYC controls. The proper way to monitor new activities and report it with new technologies. And I think this system might be potentially better on these fronts. As you can see, Marcus' answers just, raises more questions. You can modify Libra 100 times. But that won't change the fact Facebook is trying to start its own currency, a system that is still in the newborn cycle. It's going to take a shitload of convincing for us to believe that Libra is the one true cryptocurrency prophet. Here's another question from Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. I believe we're here today because Facebook, which is a publishing platform, an advertising network, a surveillance corporation, a content distributor, now always wants to establish a currency and act though its wallet as at minimum a payment processor. Why should these activities be consolidated under one corporation? Marcus replied, the one thing we're focusing on is solving problems for the very people who are left behind right now, and we believe it's important because we have the ability to invest in the products to deliver those services that will solve problems. Yes, the good old we give a shit about people trick. I love it. You know what? The problem with Libra is Facebook. Facebook itself has countless of indicators on why they shouldn't have their own cryptocurrency. Nevertheless, I never thought congressmen would be praising Bitcoin. Take a look.
Highlighted a lot of background information about Bitcoin and about the immutable distributed ledger and the benefits of that, decentralization versus centralization. A lot of people in this space will use a phrase that you may be familiar with. There's Bitcoin and then there's shitcoin. Are you familiar with that phrase and what people might mean by that?
I am.
So could you elaborate on how people would differentiate the two?
Absolutely. I think the idea here is Bitcoin has had a long track record. The network has been operating for 10 years. The Bitcoin network has been tested. The decentralized nature of the Bitcoin protocol has been tested. People have tried to co-opt control of Bitcoin source code and push it in certain directions that benefit their business models. And this network and this protocol and its open source governance have withstood that test. It is robust, it has been tested, and it has had the benefit, frankly, of spending its first 5 years in its nascency, sort of operating in this environment of innovation and not having a lot of regulatory attention.
Is there a central authority that could dilute the value of Bitcoin?
No.
Is there a central authority that could filter transactions at Bitcoin?
No, that can only be done through the products and services that people utilize to access the network.
Like Coinbase, for example.
Absolutely. That is a U.S. company that is regulated based on the facts of what its business model is.
Right. And so just like in the U.S., the Federal Reserve or the Treasury doesn't change the dollar. The people at the edges, the banks generally do that. But with Bitcoin, you can still engage in peer-to-peer transactions like cash, correct?
Absolutely.
Because open source code, you could have a wallet, correct?
Absolutely.
All these features are different than many of the things that people call colloquially shitcoin.
What's cooking? So, I guess the real question is Facebook gonna win at the end of the day? Well, they've been winning so far. They have us all hooked. So it's quite possible they're going to be able to maneuver themselves around the law and get Libra established. Again, I don't know. Maybe it's going to fall apart. You know what? Let's grab the popcorn. Let's eat it and let's watch. Anyway, that's it for What a Bit. I hope I catch you again at ccn.com. Please subscribe if you hate Libra. And if you like Libra, please subscribe because we support that as well.